joining our intrepid heroes after they have gathered up the dead body of a young John, rescued a young maiden, and tied up a horse, and you guys are taking that with basically the destroyed cart laying right here.
Well, we actually destroyed the destroyed cart.
Which you nuked, yes. You know what, here,
we have a captive as well.
And that's right, and you also have, here we go, look, woof, there we go.
Beautiful.
Boom. You also kidnapped, captured one of the bandits. So you're taking them with you to Hillsbrand. Alright, so let's kick it off as you head down the road through the hillside on the way to Hillsbrand. Well, the rest of the day goes fairly uneventful, but it starts to get somewhat late. The night begins to creep in as you approach the hamlet of Hillsbrand. Let's move you guys here. As you head down into the valley late that evening, you see the dimly lit hamlet of Hillsbrand ahead. It is a small village of little more than half a dozen buildings or so, and as you approach, you can see the buildings are of very humble design. The buildings seem mostly homes, although as you enter the village, you see a simple sign saying, Shinoda, thank you for the subscription. Sub hype.
Holy moly, bada
2 subs. Go for it. Sub hype. Spam those rollers, people. The buildings seem mostly homes, although as you enter the village, you see a small and simple sign saying Tavern Ahead. A flock of sheep bleat to the right. At the far end of the village and to the left, you see the building of which the sign speaks of and refers to, the Fuller's Arms. Trundle, 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 here you are.
Okay.
This brings you up to the Fuller's Arms. So let's take you inside the Fuller's Arms. So, yep, you know what? It's tavern time, Radovan.
I'm not going in the tavern.
Okay, so Radovan is going to choose to stay outside, right?
Yes.
I was actually going to ask, did we pass anything that looks or resembles a jailhouse?
No.
Because I think first order of business might be to deal with our friend and seek justice for our maiden.
I bet the bar people know the place.
No, pretty much you have not passed anything that looks like a jailhouse. Although, as soon as you enter the town, your maiden does, confess to want to jump off and run home.
Go for it.
Don't we want her testament? Don't we want her testament?
She's still somewhat in shock, so she's not overly.
Nah, we should keep her until we can get the guy locked up somewhere, so we can.
Go for it.
Okay, so you want her to stick with you guys for now.
I think we would express the importance of her testimony and then tell her it won't be long.
Alrighty. So Radovan is staying outside. So are you going to stay with the car and the prisoner and the girl?
Pretty much.
And our ladies are heading into the tavern.
Oh.
Yes? No?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Kia, are you going to find somebody who
can
deal with this?
One racer.
Yes, sure.
Okay.
As you enter the dimly lit single-story tavern, your first thought is that it seems to be simple. Very simple, in fact. Almost depressing. Little color can be seen, and the most basic bar and furnishings are all that adorn the room. Apart from a couple of well-worn rugs, the place is almost deserted, apart from the balding tavern keeper and 3 locals. The tavern keeper himself is of average build. He has a short, trimmed beard and little to no hair upon his head. He appears to be in his early 50s. Hello, I'm Tom Fuller. Welcome to the Fuller's Arms.
I take a weary look around and say, hello. I am in need of some assistance.
Well, if you need food or drink, that's assistance I can provide, my dear.
It's more of a question, I guess, not so much food and drink.
Well, alright, what's your question? I'll try to answer if I can.
I was traveling here with a couple friends, and we ran into a group of bandits and two of your folk from this town. One of them ended up dead, and we have the girl. And we have actually a captive of one of the killers, we think. And we were wondering where we can take this captive to lock him up, if that's what you guys do around here.
Well, we don't have a militia or a town guard, to be honest.
What do you guys do?
Well, the closest we got to anything is Squire Havisham. You can talk to him if you want, but I don't know what to say.
Squire Havisham.
Squire
What
Havisham.
does he do?
He's, well, the squire, and self-appointed... Well, not self-appointed.
Squire, I see.
Indirectly elected official of Hillenbrand. Let's call him that.
Great, where can I find him?
He's the richest man here. He knows stuff. That's why we listen to him.
Yes, the rich do tend to be in positions of power. Can you point me in his direction?
I certainly can. If you go outside and head down the road, you'll find the squire's house.
All right.
It's the nicest one here in town. But you said you got a girl and some dead person from here?
Yes, his name's John, right?
John. Poor John. Oh. I knew nothing would come of those two youngsters running off into the wild all by themselves. We tried to tell them. But young love,
3 arrows straight in his chest.
Not a good way to go, I'm sure.
I don't think it was.
Bastard bandits.
We'll be back. Thank you, sir.
You don't want a drink?
I'll take one later.
Oh, well, just so you know, we don't have any rooms. This is not an inn, you know, none of them fancy businesses. But if you need somewhere to stay, I can put you up in the barn.
Great, go ahead and book that.
Well, you don't really have to book it. There's just
Book it.
a big pile of hay and you can go lay in it. That's the truth. I won't charge you nothing as long as you buy food and drink from here, of course.
Okay, thank you.
We have shiggles, ladies and gentlemen.
Book the barn. I got the haystack.
I call the
I
troll.
want the haystack without the pitchfork. That costs extra.
Alright, I'm out of there.
Okay, so you head back outside the inn.
And I'll turn and follow.
Race is standing awkwardly at the door.
Yep.
Fuck is all that
Leaning,
shit?
I was leaning against, probably arms folded, just kind of watching.
Like watching, it's like, what is she doing?
Pencil me in.
Man. That was great.
Okay, so yeah, you come back out on the street. The nicest, biggest building is directly across, number 3. And you didn't really get much chance to look at the village before, but here it is. This is Hillenbrand.
Oh my god.
And of course it's pitch black and there's very little moonlight, so it's hard to see anything right now.
I guess we could get the girl to show us around. She is from here.
Yeah. She's probably too scared to do anything.
Oh, yeah, she definitely could at least show you around.
What time of night is it, actually?
It's probably about 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It's very dark and there's no moonlight out, so it's very, very black.
Well, I want to, we didn't remove the arrows from the body, right? I'm trying to do
If you say you didn't, then you didn't.
I don't remember doing it, right?
No,
We just
I
dragged
don't
the body
recall
over.
you doing it.
Okay, because I want to gingerly extract them and try to be as respectful to the corpse as possible, especially since the girl is right there watching,
Okay.
you know? I'm trying to do my priestly duties.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a hard thing for you to do.
Okay. Cool.
With your impressive healing skill.
You want me to do my healing skill?
No, you can just take a 10 on it and do it. You're telling me you're taking time, so
Yeah.
that's good enough.
I'm being
All right.
respectful. Yeah.
Being respectful. Okay.
I relayed
So
the information, so we know where to go. Handing it over to Radovan to deal with the next guy.
Okay, well, basically the girl, she tells you this building right here, labeled number 2. That's the Briarstead farm. That's where John came from.
Well, ma'am, we should return him to his family, right? They're there, correct?
Oh, I'm sure they are, but Well, it's going to be such a blow for them, and they're going to blame me. They're going to think it's all my fault.
Well, I will deal with the family and the repercussions of that. Where is your home?
Actually, I'm mistaken. That was number 4, not number 2. She's confused. She's upset. She's confused, damn it.
It's
That's
dark
number 4.
out.
Colin Samuels. Okay. So she is number 2. She lives here. So basically, the dead guy lives at number 4, and she lives at number 2.
I think it's safe. Kia, there's no jail or anything.
No militia, no authority here except for the rich guy in town, which seems to be something that happens often, so I guess he's the only guy to go to.
Well, I wouldn't mind returning the guy to his family if you want to meet the rich guy and try to, find...
You think I should do that?
Well,
Well, you look the richest. Actually, I don't know. Racer's looking pretty debonair with her awesome band, awesome circlet now with a huge big emerald or big amber gem.
Amber, yeah.
I think the both of you can, so long as you don't decide to burn the house down, Right?
Tough call.
Don't need to talk to Racer about that. I'm just saying.
She could now, kind of.
She kind of
Actually, she technically could laser beam the floor.
Yep.
Okay, but
what's the game plan?
I want to take the dead boy to his family.
Okay, so you're taking the corpse of John to the building at number 2.
And what if I take the girl back to her family and Raisa deals with the rich man?
Holy moly, this is going to be interesting, guys.
Oh yeah.
Okay, okay, so
You're sending me to deal with the pompous rich guy.
Right. So, you got any cool stuff that I can nick? I mean, no, I'm kidding.
I believe in you, Raisa.
So, alright, so Radovan, you're taking the dead John to meet his family.
John Doe.
Okay, so you're heading over to the Briarstead farm.
On 4, yes.
Number 2. Hang on. Am I confused now?
John lives at 4, girl lives at 2.
That's what you corrected yourself saying. So.
Yeah, I corrected myself incorrectly, I think.
Well, because I'm guessing 4 is the farm because there seems to be a bunch of animals.
Right. Actually, 4 is okay. 4 is where. God damn it! 4 is where Shaggett's going.
Okay.
So that's where the dead guy is.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. God, I suck tonight. All right, so Shaggett goes to number 4 to Colin Samuels and his wife Gabby.
Are you sure that's their names?
No, not really, but it's going to do for tonight.
I'm kidding.
No, we're
okay,
good.
cool. All right.
Okay, so you're going over to there.
Yes.
All right. So once you arrive at the door, what are you doing?
I'm taking. He's in the cart with me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm gonna leave him in the cart. The bad guy is with Raisa, correct? So he's not in the cart. Raisa, did you take the guy?
No, I didn't. I'm
suspecting Raisa doesn't want to take a known villain to the local squire's house.
Yeah, I want to speak with him before I want to say we have him.
So I'm gonna hop off the cart and look at Kia and the girl and say, "Give me a moment," right? Because I don't want to leave the villain guy who's tied up alone.
Okay, right. So Kia's gonna babysit.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go up to the door.
Okay. Well, the door is opened up by Colin Samuels. His wife is kind of looking in the background, like sheepishly. He says, "Can I help you at all?"
Hi, my name is Radovan Rainier. I'm here on behalf of your son.
John? Oh,
yes.
Have you seen him? Is he well? He left yesterday. Him and that strumpet from across the street, they hightailed it. Said some bollocks about going to Scarrow to start a life. I knew he'd come back, though.
Maybe you should sit down. I have some terrible news.
Oh. Okay, he turns and looks at his wife, who's like...
The blubbering.
Starts her lip quivering. He goes, "Sit down, love." He goes, "I think this man be a priest."
Can I cast silence preemptively? And just like pantomime.
don't have to tell him what. You just want to act it out. What an asshole.
Oh my god.
Ratto than asshole Rainier.
It's the crying, man. It's like too many people are crying. It's just
God.
All right. No, so
Gabby goes and sits down, and she's all like. He says, may I offer you a drink?
No thanks, but I think you should have some.
Oh, I intend to.
You see,
goes
sir.
Over and pours himself a stiff glass of something that smells remarkably whiskey-ish. Whiskey. Sorry.
Roll.
I'm gonna let him pass right now.
Okay.
My friends and I we're traveling here, and we came across some highwaymen, basically bandits, and unfortunately, we came across an overturned cart, and a wagon, and the horse, and apparently your son was caught in some crossfire, and struck by 3 arrows.
Is he dead?
I'm afraid he is.
John! And he starts blubbing into his hat.
He's outside in the cart right now.
The woman is like, Gabby, his mother, is like crying her eyes out, like, oh, my son.
I hate you, Gord, so much.
And the cleric is laughing, everybody. What an asshole. The priest is laughing. Look at him.
Shaggit is laughing. It's a shiggle, not a wriggle, okay? Okay. Radovan is very somber, but he's also kind of looking at the glass of the drink. But, you know, he's...
Okay, well, Colum Samuels downs the glass as quickly as possible and fills him up another one with a shaky hand. Drinks another one down.
Would you care to come outside to see your son?
You've brought the body, then?
Yes. He's outside.
You stay here, Mother. I'll go see to the boy. And he wanders outside with you.
I show him, and I wave at Kia a little bit, and I go,
Okay, he kind of like drops to his knees and grabs the arm of the corpse. And once again is like, oh, my son, I told you to stay here. There's no way for you to go. Oh, my God. You should have been a sheep farmer like me and my father before me.
I step back and I let him mourn. Just, looking at Kia awkwardly.
He looks at you after about 5 minutes of blubbing. He says, will you help me with him? I don't want him to drag in the dirt.
Yes, I will help you. And also, yes, you want to bury your son. Let's do that.
Okay, well, he kind of like picks up his arms and like motions for you to pick up his legs.
I do so.
And you carry him inside the house and lay him down on the kitchen table. And the mother just basically faints. And he runs over and like gives her some water and flashes her with some air. And he kind of comes over to you, reaches into his pocket and pulls out what looks like 3 or 4 copper coins. And thrusts it into your hand. Like, here. He goes, thank you for bringing our boy home.
There's more.
More?
Well, you saw the gentleman and the woman in the cart outside.
Well,
yes.
I saw the young lass, yes, I assume... Well, I know who she is. She's from across the street. Apparently she survived. Unlike my John.
Right. So there's her, and there's Kia, my elven friends, and then the dude.
The dude.
The guy. The dude. It's the Big Lebowski. Hey, no. He was a part of the posse that killed your son. The man who's roped off. Please, calm down.
He needs to be strung up. He killed my boy.
I want to leave that to the town.
That's fine. I'll talk to the squire. I'll have him hanged. I will.
Okay. Because my other friend Raisa is heading over to talk to him. tonight. So
Well, make sure she has him hang that bastard out there. He killed my son.
I'm truly sorry for your loss.
Well, you should be. It's your fault. No. Okay, no, he basically, I mean, after that, he goes and sits on the couch with his wife, and they're like just crying into each other's arms as the body of their son lays on the kitchen table.
I'm clunkily tiptoeing out towards outside.
Okay.
Clunk, clunk.
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Meanwhile, okay, so once you come out, Kia, you have the girl.
Alright, so Radovan comes back, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, come on. What's her name again? What'd you say?
I don't think we got her name.
Oh, Maggie.
Maggie.
Smokey Bear, thank you for the subscription.
Smokey!
Sub hype.
Rollies for Smokey, guys!
Slam those rollies, ladies and gentlemen. Show
Damn,
the love.
man.
My gosh.
And Medici, thank you for the follow.
Thank
3
you.
subs tonight, guys.
You guys are
Awesome.
crazy.
Rihanna, Shinoda, and
Seriously.
Smokey Bear. We are only, I think, 3 or 4 away from new emotes. Oh yeah, so close. Okay, Kia, it's your turn.
Okay.
You're up.
Maggie, it's time to go home. Come on.
All right, so you're going to take Maggie over to the Briarstead farm, number 2.
Alright.
Are you sure about that?
How sure are you? No. Okay, well, the door is opened by Dan Briarstead. And he immediately looks and he goes, "Get your ass in here, my girl!" And he reaches out and grabs the girl by the scruff of her neck and hurls her into the room. I told you! Gallivanting off and around with that John from over across the street would lead you to no good. Look at you now, come here with all these strange
Excuse
folk
me,
now
sir.
with pointy ears.
Sir!
He says,
This
what?
is where Kia
Did
kinda
you?
lies.
Are you part of this? Are you leading her astray?
Sir, she did not run away with anybody. She was kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
Yes. Bandits took her and kidnapped her, and I
yeah,
found her on
that's
my
what
way
happened.
to the town.
I was outside on the street and these ruffians took me and John and they kidnapped us.
And then I'm gonna hug her tightly. I'm so glad I found you.
Kia.
Yes.
Kia. Go ahead and make a diplomacy skill roll for me, if
Oh.
you will.
Please,
Okay.
please, this is awesome. I love this lie. I want you to get this.
Here we go!
Oh my god.
Lord for
Kia.
the Lord.
For 14. Okay, he's looking like skeptically squinting at you like,
She had her hands tied behind her back. She was on her knees. There were 6 or 7 men surrounding her. She barely escaped. We got one guy. Do you
okay,
want
she
to see
kind
him?
of runs and drops to her knees in front of her father and she said, "They killed John, Dad! They killed him!" And he's like, "What? They killed him! They shot him dead with arrows! Made him a pincushion! I was lucky to survive!" At that point, he's like just, well, I'm so glad you're safe. And he starts like just pulling her in and hugging her and stuff. He stands up and he looks at Kia and says, well, I don't know what to say. Well, I thank you most sincerely for bringing our daughter back to us, I do.
Of course. Just that'll help you think twice about judging her before she tells you what happens.
Well, I do feel somewhat guilty, I must confess, but this is what happens. I told you time and time again, my girl, that roaming around, you just stay here in town where it's safe. The big wide world is no place for a young girl.
Sir, I heard it hasn't been safe around here lately. I heard crops were dying. Things were happening.
Crops were dying. Our livelihood is gone. He said, "Look out back. We used to have a full grain silo and fields of crops. Now they're all black and dead and blighted. No ground has been fertile here for the last month. Something sinister's going on here.
Goodness, a month you say? Interesting.
It's been a full month. We had woke up one morning, green grass across. All the grass around here was green. The hillside was green. We had yellow cornfields for miles. Next morning, black and dead. Some nasty blight has taken this town. We're cursed.
Well, thanks for the information, sir. I'm gonna leave you here. Can I talk to your daughter for a second before I leave?
I suppose so.
Okay.
And he kind of just wanders to the back of the house, leaving you and Maggie.
Maggie, is that all you've seen around here? Have you seen any strange people in your town?
Well, there was a strange white-clad woman show up several days ago, but she didn't look like the sort that could really help, and to be honest, with our livelihood destroyed and all the grass dying, me and John just thought it was time to get out of town, so we thought we'd head to Scarrow.
Where did you see her? Is she still here?
Well, it was a few days ago, and she showed up and she made her way to the tavern, but I haven't seen her since. Of course, we left town.
I see. That was probably smart of you. Alright, well, I'm gonna hold Maggie's hand. I'm saying, I'm sorry about John. I promise it gets easier. Then I'm gonna let go, walk away.
Alrighty. Meanwhile...
Isn't that so meaningful?
Meanwhile, Racer is going to number 3 to visit with Squire Havershaw. Okay.
Alright. So I would like to say that my facial expressions are going to be business slash like, you know, when you know somebody needs something urgently, but, you know?
Gotcha.
Alright. So I will go to the door.
Alright, well, the door is opened. It's a tall and rough-looking man with a barrel chest that is barely covered by a shirt and waistcoat. He has a bushy set of white sideburns. He has white hair, albeit rather thick and full. And he's kind of standing there with his thumb in like his waistcoat pocket, leaning back. And he goes, "Hello? What can I do for you?"
So when he opens the door, does his door open in or out? Just
his door opens inwards.
Inwards? Okay, I'm going to almost take a step, like almost into the house, but not quite.
Okay.
And reach forward and be like, "Are you the squire?"
Squire Havershaw. That's what they call me. My name's Will.
Will. I desperately need your help.
Well, I don't know what I can do to help you right now, but you can. I can certainly listen.
Oh, jeez.
My friends and I just journeyed from outside of town where we caught bandits robbing your town's members, and we were told you were the authority in this town, so we should come to you.
Scivolo, thanks for the follow. Okay, you're noticing he's definitely got a sway about him. He's like, you know, leaning backwards and forwards as he stands there. He goes, "Well, I suppose, robber, did you say?"
Bandits, sir.
Oh, bandit. Well, we don't have any gallows.
What would you do with somebody who murdered one of your townspeople and tried to rape and pillage another?
Oh. Kill him, I guess.
And how would you do that? By hanging?
Well, don't have any gallows, see? Well, I suppose we could string them up over one of the trees. Not that they're very strong anymore. They're all half dead. But I suppose if that's what you want to do.
Well, he's not in my town, sir. He's in yours.
Oh, well, Well, where is he then?
Just out in our cart.
I'll tell you what, take him across to the tavern. Have the tavern keeper tie him up in the barn, and I'll deal with him in the morning. I'm a little bit out of sorts, you see.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even notice, sir. I guess, yes. Now that you've let me know, I can see that. And I apologize for disturbing you, but you were the authority that I was told to seek. So we will do that, and we'll meet you in the morning?
That'll be fine. And with that, he takes out a large, like, long, skinny pipe and starts attempting to light it. It's like...
All right, and I'm just gonna... I'm gone. I'm just...
Okay.
Gone.
Yeah,
Just-
it's very obvious that the squire is 3 sheets to the wind and not overly concerned.
Good job,
Bravo.
Dora. That was a good drunk.
So basically, Radovan has delivered the dead body, Kia has delivered the girl, Raisa has delivered the bad news, and the three of you now are you regather in the in the street. You still have the quote unquote apprehended bandit.
All right, so I'm gonna pull them to the side, but we still can see the guy, and I'm gonna say, what the squire? He's pissed. He basically just said he'd deal with it in the morning, so he's our problem for the night. What do you guys want to do?
Pretty much what he said, right?
Fair?
Go to the tavern.
Tie him up.
Yeah, tie him up.
Somewhere.
Okay, so you're gonna head back to the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do that. The Fuller's Arms. Are you going in this time, Radovan?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm staying with Bill, my new friend.
Poor old Bill. Okay, so Racer and Kia head back inside. Are you taking the? Are you keeping the? You're keeping your hand on the ruffian, Radovan.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Kia, do you want to find out if we can have some food, maybe brought to the barn so that we can eat and watch our
Sure.
captive? And maybe ask about the girl. The druid.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Excuse me, sir?
Oh, you're back, are you?
Yes. Can I have 3 plates to eat and some drinks?
Oh, absolutely, my dear. I'll get them for you most haste.
Thank you. And, sir, have you seen a woman in white robes wandering around this town at all?
Oh, yes. Some woman showed up here a week or so ago. Well, just over, I suppose, asking questions. She said she was here to find out what was causing the problem. Trying to heal the land, as she said. She went off up the hill in the morning. Haven't seen her since, to be honest. She ain't come back.
She went up the hill this morning?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. I'll grab the food and leave. Wait,
Okay,
what?
Did you want to take me up on an offer to stay in the barn?
Yes. I would love to stay in your barn. There will be 4 of us tonight.
Oh, that's fine. You ordered 3 plates of food, right, and 3 drinks?
Yep, the 3 waters.
Oh, you sure you wouldn't like a 4th plate of food for the other guest?
Nah, he has his own food.
Oh, alright then. Well, that's fair enough. I'll have it sent out to the barn.
Thanks.
Okay. So, you basically acquire yourselves food and drink for the evening. And head to the barn. Okay, so the barn is a very simple single-story establishment. It's got some large wooden beams, kind of appropriate for tying or accosting somebody to. There's a couple of horses here. New girl, thanks for the follow.
Yay!
And by the time
Love
you kind
that
of
show.
get in there and move your car in and unstraddle Bill, a fellow walks in with a big tray carrying a whole bunch of like big pots of steaming food. They're overly generous portions. They're like, you know, each bowl is at least probably half a foot deep and 12 inches in diameter. And there's a half a loaf of bread with each plate.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Where do you get this food from?
The food?
Yeah.
Well, from the tavern.
No, but where does the tavern get the food?
Well, previously, until recently, We grow it all here, but just slightly that we've had a bit of a problem.
Okay, thank you, sir. That's it. I'll take that.
Fair enough. I'll see you later. And he wanders off, leaving you your tray of steaming vegetable stew and half a loaf of bread.
I say let's tie this guy up and enjoy our meal.
Oh, I'll do the tying.
Raisa ties knots tight.
No, I want to
good.
take him, and we're gonna have a little chat, me and him.
Uh-oh.
One of those chats. Okay.
All right. So I'm tying him up. Is he resisting at all, or what's his
no,
demeanor?
He long since lost all energy to try to resist you guys since he watched all of his friends killed, burnt, eviscerated, murdered, stabbed. He's to that point where he's just like like hoping that you don't kill him stage. He's just given up to his fate.
Okay. So I'm gonna have my dagger, just in case.
Right?
And I'm gonna say to him, I don't need to tell you to behave, do I?
No, miss, no.
Good. Because I hear so much of a mouse fart come out from your general direction. You're gonna hate the day don't laugh!
Sorry.
You're gonna wish you were never born. Clear?
I won't say a word, miss.
Good.
He kind of like just sits there and quietly shrinks into his own shoulders, like. He is kind of glancing at the food bowls, like. As he watches you all sit down scoffing your food.
Yep. I'm gonna eat, and I'm just gonna avoid looking at the guy.
Okay, you don't want that dog looking at you while you eat. Feeling,
Pretty much.
huh?
Nope. I put my shields in like away so it's like blocking that view.
Been there, done that.
I'm just shaking my head.
Okay. So you all eat guilt free, ignoring his
No guilt here.
his
Absolutely.
looking eyes as he
Guy's gonna starve. Sorry.
Alrighty. So you all have full bellies.
Kia, did she tell us about the, or I guess I was leaning against the wall, so I heard, right?
Yeah, I mean the inn is fairly small and it was quiet,
Okay.
so pretty much anything that was said you could hear.
So looks like the druid left this morning, hey?
Left where? Out.
Yeah.
Left here.
The barkeep said she walked up that hill over there and disappeared.
Right. The hill that he's referring to, you've noticed, even though it's dark and you can't really see that well, but it's different than all the other hills. It's got a lot darker shadow to it. There's definitely something amiss.
Well, be futile to try to look for her tonight, right? I think we should just rest and, see what the day brings.
Okay, so you guys are going to crash out here in the barn?
Pretty much.
And wait till the morning.
I'm guessing we're gonna have to take watches because of him.
The dude. The big Lebowski.
I'll take the first one, and I'm not angry, but I am looking at him.
Right, I get you. It's like just a... You fucking... Gotcha. It's more contempt than anger, right?
Just watching, just like daring him to fucking do something. Like, I dare you.
Please
Go
try
ahead,
to escape.
make my day.
Please try to escape. Okay. He's doing everything he can to avert eye contact with you. And after about an hour of uncomfortable eye shifting, he eventually kind of nods off and goes to sleep. Nothing bad happens to you here in the barn. It's quite cozy and comfortable. after you've done your full night's watch, who do you wish to wake up?
I will wake up Kia.
Okay. Miss Kia.
My turn. Alright.
Ooh.
Let me get a couple let me look and listen around here.
Okay, you're going to try to pay attention and eavesdrop a little. Go ahead. Is this your spot or your listen?
Spot.
Okay, so 16 spot. And let's have a listen check.
Oh.
So
Your eyes are working, but your ears are clogged. Okay. No, it's. I mean, other than the odd kind of, clucking chicken here and there, it's fairly restful. This whole town is very quiet and peaceful at night.
All right.
The early hours of the morning come. The sun rises up, and nothing has happened to you guys while you have rested in the barn. And speaking of which, that is the perfect time for us to take a quick break.